Hello, welcome back to round 6 of Swiss at 2026 Sandstand North Megacity. I am Steve slash I Heart Nerds on comms.
And here with Ultrafilter slash Diego. Here for an interesting match, Aoko versus MuslihaT.
Yeah, so we have Tilde back on stream playing Oko again and Jinksey on MuslihaT. Um, what do you think about this matchup, Diego?
So, based on what I know about MuslihaT, a lot of MuslihaT decks are about getting your rig out before you can really begin interacting, right? So, one thing Tilde can do if the cards align is start putting all of those pesky fats, cohorts, bladderworts behind eyes and forcing Jinksey to have to find his breakers before he can start really dismantling the board. Um, However, MuslihaT does go by very fast. It is a criminal, so transfer of wealth means that we have to at least take care of icing up HQ. Um, and from what I've seen, these MuslihaT decks make a lot of money. So the assets might all go, and we still might have enough money to clinch the wins.
So my experience playing MuslihaT into Alco is sometimes the draws can get very awkward, where like all you have in hand is like bravados and clean getaways, and
Yeah.
yeah, like, and you don't necessarily want to face check into ice against Oko, but yeah, we'll see. Looks like we have three pieces of ice, a Fujian and Urtica. We have Urtica again in the opening hand. Let's see what Tilde decides to do with that this time.
Yeah.
But I mean, MuslihaT's passive draw is pretty nice against, Oko that tries to tax cards out of your hand.
Yeah. Exactly.
But yeah,
We trying to keep yourself alive is a big part of this matchup. I wonder if Tilda's going to keep. Seems like they are keeping.
yep, they kept, and Jingsei considering what he's going to do with his hand.
Yeah. As you mentioned, you've been playing MuslihaT. What cards would you like to see against Aoko in your opener?
I think I'd like to see. Well, I don't know if Jingsei's learning Nukas, but Nuka or Classic would be like Sure Gamble, I guess Revolver maybe.
Yeah, the
Just
the
some
anemones.
yeah, like the non-interactive econ and card draw. I think is what Musia might want to see in the opening hand against Alco.
Yeah, it is interesting. Tilda's hand. We're short on those assets. Um, but we do have ice, and that is that a Hansei? That
Yep.
Hansei would be very nice here. I think we're doing the
Okay.
same play again.
Okay.
Urdik.
Double advance Urtica. HQ unfortunately is left open again, so
Yeah.
we'll see if Jinsei can punish this.
Carpe
Carpe Diem.
Diem. One of the few events that doesn't require us to run. Though here, centrals are fully open, so we'll see what Jinx decides to do.
I still don't think, I guess, but whether to run that double advance card or not.
Yeah, it is definitely a thinker. It sets the stage for the whole game. I think it is still correct to let it be there and just focus on developing your board. We have
Okay,
Debbie
Debbie coming
down with
down.
turn one. Debbie means that this card will net us 10, 12 credits over the course of this game.
Yeah, really nice against an Alco that I think might be going wide.
Yeah. I do wonder whether Jinx is on San Cancel, because I've always found the interaction of Debbie and San Cancel a bit awkward.
Yeah, for
Uh,
sure. But I think you just run naked remotes or,
yeah,
like ice remotes that don't have code gates. Yeah.
yeah, right. So
Okay.
like, especially against Sauco, we see a Tattoo Ball. I believe, I
Hmm.
believe I know that old art. Okay, and Miami, and we're just saying, hey, if that's an agenda, feel free to score it. If you don't put more advancement counters on it, the jig is up.
Yeah. But yeah, really good economic start from Jinksey.
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, Debbie and Mamie basically 2 credits every turn, at least.
yeah. We're only missing the touchstone, and then we get all of our Resekis down.
Okay,
What
Tilde.
is
Okay, credit,
Hansei?
credit, Hansei.
Now here's where you can start doing the mind games. Is the Fuji in hand, or has the Fuji left the hand? We don't have a spin, so it's more likely to still be in the hand. Miami gets buck. MuslihaT
Swift on
says not
MuslihaT.
today.
HQ still on ice.
But no transfer to punish yet. This turns off bravado, which is something I've done
Yeah.
sometimes. It is very funny when you can just like they refuse to put up ice and just see the criminal players just like trying to find cards that they can actually use. Okay,
The second Carpe Diem. Really nice.
yeah. I believe this is probably going to R&D or
I think that was R&D, yeah.
yeah. And
Looks like it's an
that's
agenda. I'll let them
yeah,
dream.
let them dream. Yeah. Tilde today getting a little bit unlucky with those early accesses. Sometimes it happens, but it's rough. I mean, it's only 1 point though. The power of let them dream.
Yeah, you don't have to tell me. Yeah, let them dream is such a monstrous agenda. Yeah.
Yeah, especially in those horrible decks that have only 1 pointers, and you've stolen like 6 agendas and have 4 points because of Nightmare Archives.
Hmm.
It's fun.
Yeah. I mean, let them dream is probably playable even without a when score ability.
Yeah,
Like, it has a pretty good when score ability, like, staple to it. Like, yeah, it's gross.
yeah. Let's see here what Tilde decides to do. They now have an economy, so all of those ices that are in hand are now resable. Unfortunately, the Orica play has kind of been spotted. Um, it's interesting. I think you probably want to find, a cohort would be amazing. Blatterworth is not the best one to have right now, and there's always Fat though.
Oh,
Oh, I'm gonna
okay. We have
put another
another.
face. Okay, we're deading again.
Yeah.
It was bluff the first time. Will it be a bluff the second time? Uh,
I mean, a single advance card is a lot less threatening.
that's fair. It
Mhm.
is way more likely to be an agenda. Though, however, Jinxey getting unlucky with those MuslihaT looks, but we have not really gotten it. Oh, Hermes
Oh,
down.
Hermes. And the third Carpe.
Okay. We're very much seizing the day today. That's R&D
That's
again.
R&D again.
And we see a Vampironasa.
Oh, that's a spicy include.
Yeah. A bit expensive to rest, though. Very expensive to break. Unless
Right.
you have an oiler, and we're on criminal here.
Yeah, I'm likely to see Tungsten Taylor and Buzzsaw to MuslihaT. So
Yeah.
yeah, if you're trying to break Vampirinosa with Shibboleth, I guess MuslihaT's running Senkin Sail, but that's still
Yeah.
quite expensive.
It's the kind of ice that you end up letting some of the subroutines fire. And Jinxey here not biting the second time. So will we see a score?
Okay, just putting an
We're
ice
just
over it
putting ices and that's
and check in advance.
okay.
At what
This is
point?
interesting.
Oh, at what point does the runner have to consider that maybe these are um, clearinghouses?
Clearing houses on AUG. I mean, I think this is, my personal thought is if I die, I die, but I rather die because I didn't bite. Though I've lost games because I didn't bite. You know? Oh, here comes the transfer. We found it. And here we might again see the power of Hermes.
Yeah,
If we
for
manage
sure.
to find an agenda, one of these two very scary cards might become not scary anymore. And it's just the
Like
tattoo
that
bola
too.
again. But it does drain resources, and MuslihaT again now has so much money. I
The
assume we're
Carmen
gonna
is down, so it's face checking ice is a much less dangerous proposition.
yeah, and a Chesve to
Chesva,
boot. I mean, I would like a decoder just because white space would be a very unfortunate face check right now.
mm-hmm. Okay, like a
Mm,
just drawing.
I wonder what the second card is, because we know the Ortica because we saw it, and that just makes me very curious what the second card is.
I mean, we did see a Fuji in hand. Um,
That's true. Maybe we're not advancing it just because a Fuji would put us to 2 credits, so we're trying
yeah,
to find some
there we
and we
go.
found the economy.
Until they saw that Jinxie didn't run the first naked, double advanced card, so maybe they thought Jinxie wouldn't check the second one.
Yeah.
Hmm. And to be fair, Jinxie didn't, so
Again, we've only seen MuslihaT succeed once so far.
yeah, a bit unlucky there.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna classic probably remove
Yeah,
that card.
the class act draw really nice to get through sort of the Muslihat whiff set that you don't want. The
Yeah.
Okay, twinning
Twinning
coming
is
down.
here.
Even though sometimes it's a risky, like seeing multi-axis against Jinteki can be a risky play. But it
Endeavor,
looks like we're gonna
yeah.
go in C2 with 1 click left. I'm not sure how many cards he's got. Okay.
Oh, is
Ooh.
that's another? Oh my
Yeah,
god.
the
The
power of
axes have
Hermes
been brutal here. Uh Jinx
and a
says two
second.
on two and let them dreams. And finally he whiffs. I believe that was an ice.
Yeah, it looked like a nice. I didn't catch what it was, but
Yeah.
And I think Mamie's angry now.
Yeah, that is the one part of companions that, especially right now, is pretty hard. Uh, a, a sure gamble would be amazing, but I would imagine that's not what we have in hand.
I mean, also this is one way to playing Hermes is one way to punish all to let them dreams, right? Just get more Hermes triggers off the field and let
True.
them dream. Okay, it's like, oh, let's see what he does with this last click. An
Oh, we're
overclock.
overclocking. Where are we going? Just into archives. I guess this is
Okay,
just a. We don't
just
want Miami to trash a card, so we're saying this is the worst card in my hand.
yep.
Oh, the
Oh,
third. Let them dream.
so,
Oh,
so Mamie's angry again. So
yeah, but Hermes is also doing Hermes things. I guess now Jinxei has to let go of one card.
how many cards does he have? Oh, he's okay. He only has three
Ooh,
cards in
this.
hand, but he's electing to go down to two
Yeah,
cards in hand. I mean, I guess, yeah, Oko doesn't have anything on board, so it's not too threatening.
yeah. I mean, I would say, if we were 1 point higher, I would be scared. But
Hmm.
a threat 3, we're probably fine.
Yeah. Is is Tilda thinking about okay, not thinking about the Alco
Oh,
trigger.
just is scoring a blood in the water here, taking advantage of Jinxei's low hand size.
Very nice. And then another Hermes bounce.
Yeah,
Yeah, this Hermes doing so much work just dismantling the corpse board.
yeah. This is again the power of Hermes is just.
Yeah, this is a pretty brutal board state for the corpse. Just one ice, one unres dice on the board, nothing else.
Yeah. Though it's Outco. If there are cohorts coming in the pipeline, this could switch at any moment. Um, However, Jinxei, the twinning is perhaps the part that I'm scared the most about, because we're just gonna start getting a whole lot of multi-axes, and once again, MuslihaT just deciding she does not want to cooperate today.
Another class act draw.
We're
Draw.
going 3 times.
Maybe
We're
digging
searching
for
for
a sure
something.
gamble or clean getaway.
Yeah. Let's see what we found. We found a
Bravado.
bravado. Okay, now it's interesting. I guess, again, with a killer in hand, it is, the amount of bad things that can happen is very small. Um, and I think,
Yeah, yeah. I mean, even if it's an enemy, with Hilda not having a much of a board state, I don't think it's very threatening. But it looks like no
yeah,
res. Yeah.
yeah. Now, Jinxei is definitely now happy. Okay, apparently we're gonna outcode this turn. Probably looking for assets to try and force Jinxei to go on a little bit of a detour toward remotes.
Yeah. What are we looking for if you're the Alco player here?
I would say cohort. I think, out of all of the common Alco assets, cohort is always the one that feels like it just fuels the whole rest of the machine. Again, we're a bit too rich to really be able to use Bladderworth effectively. Um, we have not been able to see Tilde's hand in a bit. Depending on how flooded they are, a moon pool would be nice. Maybe allowing us to score something else. Is that a mitosis?
Yeah, I think two clicks, 3 credits. That looks like a mitosis.
Okay,
Okay.
so this is funky Aoko deck. So forget what I said. We're probably full of traps, bites, maybe the odd cerebral overrider here. And we're just asking Jinksey to read our minds correctly. Also, interestingly, now that Tilde has scored the blood in the water, the situation becomes a little bit more fraught because it is, if one of those is a Fuji, now we're on 5 points.
Right.
Again, the issue here is Hermes can do Hermes things, so we're really hoping that the top of R&D cooperates.
What do you think this install is behind the remote? What do you reckon this is?
Oh, this third, I don't. It is hard to predict what this deck is building. I would still probably say the card I would like to see here in this is still Cohort. Just because, look, we have so many phase downs, so Cohort could give us one advance. It's money. It's definitely something we want to protect, though, again, this is now a trap deck, so the question is, are we protecting it because we care or because we want you to think we care?
Right. Yeah, the mind game.
Yeah. This is the part where you start looking at your opponent and trying to suss out their intentions from their smile.
Okay, looks like
We're gonna
Jinxey's
see.
just gonna check R&D.
Yeah, I think with Hermes that's the right way. Hope to see it. Yeah.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
the top of R&D has been nothing but agendas for Jinxey. Tilde is not getting lucky here. Second one, that is a tattoo again. And the third one is
that looks like a clearinghouse.
You
So we
were
are running
right.
clearinghouses.
Yeah. Whoa. When you mentioned it, I was like, Alco doesn't play clearinghouse, but that seems to be what we're banking on.
Okay, so this was a Debbie run also, so that's free trash.
Yeah.
Could this be a Regenesis behind the ice, you think? Or is this too risky with Jinxey already being at 3 points?
I think Alco, Alco is again, the trap decks is different, but Alco is a lot about outplaying your opponent on the mind games. A Regenesis here is one of the things that I would consider doing totally. Just because I think this is one of the ways in which you win this game, right? Sneaking out 4 points and saying, okay, now I'm at 6. You're moved, Yugi boy. This is all I've got. But we'll see what Tilde reveals. Just an eyes on R&D, probably a little bit exhausted from the like 3 snipes we've had so far.
Yeah. Okay, so it's R&D, ice, and the new remote.
Yeah.
Okay, so whatever was in that inner remote wasn't res. So what do you think that could be?
Guess something you don't res. Moonpool is a possibility. Another kind of trap, maybe a bite. We've seen, it's hard to say how far the whole of horrible cards you don't want to touch is. I mean, even on Orica, right? Like, even if the Orica is unadvanced, it's still 2 damage and an Alco counter.
Yep. Yeah.
That's not nothing. Um,
And we just saw Jinksey play a big sure gamble. I think it was 4 credits off of Mamie.
nice.
So that paying off.
Now, interestingly, we've seen 2 tattoo bolas from Tilde so far. And yet we have not seen Kurapira, so R&D might be safe in the short term.
Okay, back to Tilde. Okay, so neither of these things got red. So I'm curious what they could be. Okay, the
That's the
third
third
Hansei.
Hansei.
Really nice.
I was about to say our money supply is running dry, but you know, R&D has been quite interesting this game, providing ample supply of agendas and Hansei reviews. Um
Okay, draw second click. Looking for something.
yeah. Okay,
And
and we're
ice
gonna
comes
ice
down
HQ.
HQ.
Just curious here. I am really wondering what these cards are meant to be. Obviously, again, this is a trap deck, so it's tough to make those calls. Jinksey with a clean getaway that probably will go to archives.
Good call, yeah.
Yep.
I
Trying
guess
to
one of
keep the
these
Alco
face
player
downs
honest.
could be spins. Yeah.
Oh, true.
Oh,
But no, we're just gonna present all of archives. Are we squeaky clean here?
it looks like there
Looks
are no
like it.
agendas. Okay.
However, we're starting to see the overwhelming power of the run-based economy, where it's
Yeah.
just like, yeah, I'm just sitting on 20 credits. Debbie has like 5, and we're gonna go find our Kurapira,
Yep.
and
Do
now we
it.
can get in anywhere.
Yep.
Though again, in outcome matchups or generally Jinteki things, sometimes the problem is really how many cards in hand we have. But we have MuslihaT and the class act for that.
Yeah. And it looks like Jinxei has set aside 8 credits there at the top of his mat for measured response. Oh, or maybe not. Although if you see clearinghouse, you're probably thinking maybe not measured. But
Yeah, right.
yeah.
Like there is already so much influence, and like I would not be surprised if there is 1 or 2 cerebral overriders just hanging out somewhere.
hmm Okay,
And we're
another
just gonna
card gets
double.
double advanced.
Yeah, we're just gonna draw. Interesting.
I think maybe Tilde missed the mandatory draw.
Oh, fair.
Yeah. Oh, never mind. Oh, it was double advanced. Never mind. Yeah, third
Yeah.
click draw.
So I
Sorry.
do think third click was draw. Okay. Again, MuslihaT refusing to cooperate this game. There seems to be some extreme beats of luck in this game. Interesting. I don't
Yeah.
think we've rest any eyes the entire game, right? I
Right.
think this is the first time that we're gonna see an actual ice icebreaker showdown.
Jinxei just digging R&D. Ooh, okay, and there's the Vampirinosa.
Yeah.
And this is
It.
not an event run, so this is gonna cost a pretty penny. Although the
Yeah.
Chesbas, Chesba's doing a
Chespas
lot
are
of
gonna make
work.
it not the worst. Yeah.
And then we'll see, yeah. So we'll see 3 cards.
Yeah. That is
In
probably a hedge
R&D,
fund.
hold out.
Another hedge fund. And a Reaper function.
Function.
I do think we trash that. However, we start to see the Jinx's great money cash suddenly looking much smaller after that one run.
Yeah. And yeah. Even with the Chesvas, Vampirino's
Yeah.
quite expensive. Yeah. I wonder how many cards Jinxey has in hand. Oh, because another thing, with criminal economy is like you have to play cards to get money. You don't have access to
Yeah.
things like fermenters, right? So, and that's another sort of pain point against decks like Alco that want to tax money and cards. And criminal sometimes has a hard time keeping up with both.
Yeah. I think this is, Jinxei has spent, oh, it looks like 5 in hand. The angle
Okay.
is tough to look, but it definitely looks like 5 in hand. The issue now for Tilde is that Vampironasa was most of our money.
Mm-hmm.
So we're just going to
Okay.
click for credits twice and
So we can
install a
threaten
new
them.
card in a new remote.
Yeah, so 3 credits means we can threaten Cerebrals and Anemones. Oh, there's a transfer though.
Yeah.
We'll see if that gets. Yep.
Yeah, immediately going down. I mean, Tilde can
Probably duck.
technically duck it.
Yeah, I think they can probably duck most, if
Yeah.
not all of it.
I think that it's a maximum. I mean, Tilde will lose the money regardless, but it seems like they're choosing not to.
Okay, no res.
We're using our Chesver money to get twin encounters. And see probably 3. I mean, there's also the question of are there well, we don't have money for anything. Yeah, this is a pretty safe
Multi-axis.
uh
Yeah, I think Campfire bites. So
yeah.
and with Jinxie already being at 5 points. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Really
we needed
unfortunate.
money for those, unfortunately.
I guess it was just one axis. Okay. Just chose to see one card.
Yeah,
Okay.
just one. I guess this is the being careful and trying not to die to multiple things.
Right.
Orica will still take 2 cards from us. Uh,
Okay, a second Sound Conceal and a Boomerang. Okay. So,
Boomerang.
yeah, I mean, I think if you're Jinxie, you're fine with losing those cards.
Yeah. There is an alco counter here, but I think we're gonna miss it.
Mm. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Yeah, just gonna draw back up, don't die.
Yeah.
I guess it's the name of the game, yeah. Although I think,
Until the
sorry, I think Jinxie forgot he was tagged, but Tilda doesn't have any
yeah.
credits, so.
Yeah. And we did remember the alco counter we're gonna alco use here. It is scary, but maybe not in this deck. I do, it would be interesting, it's a traps deck. Are we on Unleash? Unleash is a 0 credit card. This isn't as safe as it could be, but I do not think that's what's gonna happen. We're just gonna click for 3.
Bravado,
Okay,
really good
Bravado.
here.
Yeah. And it's tough, like, what everything we've touched so far has been a trap. You know, I
Mhm.
look at those double advanced cards and I'm like, no. Also because the game is going, the deck is becoming thinner, and so HP will be harder to come by.
It looks like another RN. Yeah, this is a pretty dominant position for Jinksey, up at 5 points.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Tilde unfortunately doesn't have a lot of credits. So it looks like another big R&D dig coming in.
And that's the Fuji
And
for the win.
that's the game.
Nice.
Okay, well played by both players, but Jinksey comes out
Oh,
in the end.
revealing the mysteries. One was a
Oh,
Fuji.
two.
Interesting. As we're really hoping that R&D held out for us.
Yeah, unfortunately,
Oh,
Hermes just doing too much to undo all of Tilde's hard work.
yeah.
Yeah.
Especially as an answer to my mitosis, it's just rough.
Well, that was round 6. Thank you for tuning in.